I mean, I want to stop being treated two different ways. Come on, Dorian. I'm your confidant and your lover right now. But an hour ago, when Vernon was here, I was the servant, that's all. You do that when you're in public. You do that when people are here, and I'm getting sick of it. Sometimes I feel like walking out of this house and never coming back. Like right now.
Oh, Marco. I don't want to hear you talk like that. I don't want that.
And what do you want?
I want you to help me. I want you to make me forget everything that happened today. I want you to want me.
Because you don't want people to know that my main job around here is to make love to you. As far as you're concerned, I should be kept in a box for you to take out or put in at will. Apparently, you didn't hear what I said last night about walking out, but I meant it. And if things don't change, I'll do it. I'm not going to play backdoor man to you or anybody else.
I can't help but worry, but Vicky feels about me. She must hate me. She must blame me for you're not telling her about your illness.
Dorian, if you want to know what I think, I suggest you ask me directly. Is this better for you? Huh? Is that okay? Now, I'm going to take this and move it up so that you can have your melody.
Please don't do this.
What do you mean? I like waiting on you. Please, let me do this.
You come in here every day. You are bright and you're cheerful and you've got 100 things to talk about. Except the one thing that I want to know. Why haven't you brought my son up to see me? Christopher, how you doing? I know I'm early, but I thought I dropped...
It's all right. Mama had to go to work early. She wanted to stop by the hospital.
Oh.
Hey, you want any coffee?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
No, what are we going to do today?
Well, I don't know. I thought I'd give you a test on the rigging. And then if that turns out all right...
What?
Oh, I thought I'd let you skipper and I'll crew for a change. How's that?
Hey, that's great. Yeah.
Great.
You think I can handle it?
Sure, why not? Thanks a lot.
You really like that, don't you?
Well, I ought to. I gave it to your mother for her birthday. Let's see, that would make you about 5 years old at the time.
No kidding.
Yep. Yeah, we saw it in the gallery in the place on 3rd Avenue.
Gee, you even remember where you got it.
Oh, sure.
Must be pretty important then. I mean, if you and Mom picked it out.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Must make you feel like this is your home.
It does feel that way sometimes.
And why couldn't it be? I mean, why can't you come and live with Mom and me?
Dorian, if you want to know what I think, then I suggest you ask me directly. You know, it isn't even a matter of blame. I'm much too concerned about Joe for that. But just think for a minute what might have happened if you hadn't witnessed his first attack.
You can thank me for that, Viki. Otherwise, it could have gone on for a long
Oh,
time.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. Just think if you hadn't seen his attack. He probably would have called Jim Craig. And then he would have gone to Landview Hospital. And then I would have been with him. As I should have been all along. Would you please leave us alone? Oh, well, actually, you see, Brian, I still have a little cold.
It's kind of hanging on, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm getting a little concerned about it.
Jim Craig says he doesn't know anything about it.
You asked him?
I told him what you told me, that's all.
Oh. Well, I think you see, actually, Peter Jansen is our pediatrician, so if I was gonna take Brian to a doctor, I would take him to Peter and not to Jim.
Well, he should see someone, shouldn't he?
Oh, well, I don't know. Actually, I think that, he's a lot better than he's willing to admit, you know.
So he's avoiding trying to see me.
Tell me, you have to understand that Brian has a natural aversion to hospitals ever since he was so sick last winter.
Then it's not me.
Why should it be?
Would you tell me?
There's nothing to tell, except what I've already explained to you.
All right. I guess I'm just a little bit impatient about claiming my son. Perfectly natural, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
And it's not going to be much longer. Jim says that a couple of weeks I could be out of here. Hey, we've got a lot of decisions to make, though.
Oh, like what?
Well, where you want to get married? And then what kind of wedding do you want?
To tell you the truth, I haven't really thought much about that.
Well, don't you think you should?
Oh, yes, I will, of course.
And then we've got to decide on where we want to live. My apartment is too small. But with the three of us, Brian wouldn't even have his own room. And your place, well, it's just a rental house. So there's no special attachment to that, is there?
No, not really.
Besides, I think I want a place that's just ours. We can start off our married life with no memories, no residues, no nothing. Do you agree?
Well, I haven't really thought much about that either.
Well, what have you been thinking about?
You! And you're getting well, of course. What else?
Well, all right. Now I am going to be well. So, why don't you just start looking for a place? I think that, for Brian's sake, it ought to be a house rather than an apartment. What do you say? Good. You'll just look in the classified. And I think that you might want to get a hold of a real estate agent. That Mrs. Mitchell, the one who found Larry and Karen's house, she was quite good. Here we are. Houses for sale.
Tony, even if you do find something in there, I don't want to go for something.
Well, I just thought maybe you could narrow the field down a little bit. But if you do find a place that you really like, you could put down a binder.
Well, I just think it's something that we should do together.
Well, it won't hurt to see what's available, will it? Brian, I'd move in here tomorrow if it were up to me.
So you're waiting for Mom to ask you.
That's right.
Well, maybe she's waiting for you to ask her.
I don't think so.
Well, have you tried?
Son, she knows how I feel.
I don't get it. I mean, she's your wife and I'm your son.
Yeah, but she just can't leave Tony, and we can't expect her to.
So when he's better and he's out of the hospital, then
Well, then we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, it's not so bad, is it? You and I are getting to know each other again and everything.
Yeah, but it'd be better if we were all together. You and me and Mom. You said it yourself.
Brian, there's nothing I'd like more than that. But remember what I told you. We can't push this thing. We just gotta let it happen, and then if it does...
It will. You just wait and see.
Viki, what can I say except that we were trying to spare your feelings? Oh, Dorian, come on. Well, as soon as the diagnosis was firm, Joe would have told you immediately. Not if you could help it. You've been so concerned with my feelings, remember? It was my fault, Viki. I guess I thought as a member of the family and a physician that I had an obligation. I owed you some peace of mind. Dorian, you owe me nothing. And our personal life, Joe's and mine, must always be our own. Of course. And I hope that I haven't caused a problem between the two of you. I would do anything to avoid that. No, the only problem now is to get a diagnosis and then do whatever has to be done to get Joe well. Yes, of course. And if there's anything that I can do to help, please. Thank you. Thank you, Dorian. We'll call you if we need you. Can I do anything for you now?
Oh, sweetheart, I'm fine. There's no point in my behaving like an invalid till I am an invalid.
You will never be an invalid. There's no harm in taking care of yourself. Joe, are you sure you've been to the best doctors?
As far as I know.
Would you mind very much if I talked to Jim Craig?
Well, honey, not at all. Of course, we'll get the answers from Dr. Lucas within a week, but it will make you feel better, go ahead.
Yes, it would. It would. Thank you very much. Do you think that Dorian got my message?
Yes, I think she did. Sweetheart, she'll never come between us.
She almost did, Joe. It's over now, and there's no real harm done, but you'd think we'd have learned our lesson about her, wouldn't you? Joe, we must never let anything or anyone come between us ever.
Honey, if whatever it is that's ticking in my head doesn't, nothing will.
Oh, you're going to be just fine. You see, you're going to be just fine. We have years together, Joe.
Sure. Watch Kevin grow.
Yes.
Anyway, I was telling Brad that what he's done with the health prep so far has been great, you know. But there are times when the facilities aren't being used, like between 4 and 6 in the afternoon. It's on the weekdays. You've really done a study of this, haven't you? Yeah, I have, you know. Well, someone has to. And Brad just doesn't seem to have the patience. He cannot seem to sit down and analyze things. So, anyway, why don't we have people there between 4 and 6 in the afternoon? Because our clients are mostly businessmen and housewives, and that time of the day is just the busiest time for them. So what's the answer, you might ask? I have a feeling you might have the answer. I do. It's kids. We've got 2,000 kids in Landview High. Half the girls could stand to lose a few pounds. Not that I couldn't, but, you know. And the guys, I think they really appreciate some kind of conditioning program or something. Can they afford the prices that Brad charges? Jenny, that's just what I was thinking, you know. I thought since the pool and the gym aren't being used, we could give them a cut rate. You know, anything we make on it is gravy. You trying to decide on Brad? Yeah, I did. He says he was too busy to organize it himself, and he said we can't afford to hire anyone. So, I volunteered. Well, that's great, but you're going to college in a couple of weeks, so how can you do that? Jenny, I have decided that I don't want to go to college this fall. Sam, why? Well, there are a lot of things to do. The main reason is that I don't want to leave Daddy alone, you know? What does Dad say about this? Just what you'd expect. Of course he wants me to go. He's very upset that I want to take a year off. Is that all it would be, Sam, just a year? Yes! I'm sure by next year, this time, I'll have my head together. I mean, you know, he'll be adjusted. Oh, what's the matter? Sam, I've known an awful lot of kids that said they were going to take off a year, and then they never get back to school. Oh, Jenny, you know I will. You'll see. Hey, why don't you go to Landview State? I mean, then you can stay with your dad, and you can help Brad out with the club. Oh, it's probably too late to apply by now. Sam, they have open enrollment. Any accredited high school graduate can register. I mean, I hate to see you lose a whole year like this. Jenny, you know, I've had so much at school. I'm so tired of it. 12 years. I've been going 12 years. I just want to sit back and take a breath. You know, do something else for a while.
Well, look who's here. My two favorite ladies in the world. May I join you? So, tell me all your problems and I'll give you the answers, okay? Don't everybody speak at once.
Shall I go first or do you want? I like you. It's going to be serious.
My dear sister, if I can solve a problem for you, nothing will give me great pleasure.
I'm not so sure I can believe that. You know, my 18th birthday's next week.
Oh, hey, come on. Now, there are limits to what I can do. I cannot hold back the tides, nor can I stop the ravages of time.
See, I told you the fate. So what else is new?
Okay, I'll be serious. You're going to have your birthday next weekend.
I wasn't going to say let's have a party or something. I didn't think that'd be such a good idea.
No, I don't think it would either.
I just thought that if Dad's free and if you're free, then I would really like it if we could celebrate my birthday together to go out for dinner.
Sam, I have a better idea. Why don't you and Dad go out to dinner? And Jenny and I can pick you up afterwards and take you dancing some discount.
Excellent. Brad, I really...
Well, wait a minute. This is a family thing here.
No, I'm involved in this. I mean, you included me in the evening's entertainment. You didn't even ask me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jenny, would you like to go dancing on the night of Sam's birthday and we can pick the little monster up afterwards?
I really think you ought to make an effort.
You don't think taking my scruffy little sister out dancing is making an effort? I mean, think of my toes.
You know what I mean. Forget it, Jenny. It's all right.
Look, Sam, you know what it'd be like for you to go out to dinner with me and Dad? It would be excruciating. Either there'd be silences you could drive a Mack truck through, or it would be just at each other's throats within the first 5 minutes.
Brad, I'll take a chance if you will, okay?
Let me give it some thought, all right?
Listen, there isn't time for you to give it thought. I thought I'd ask Dad right now. You know he's going to be busy.
All right, look, Sam, I'll tell you what, you go ahead and ask, all right? And then if I can make it, fine. If I can't,
Will, there's a table right over here. I'm really very sorry to have dragged you out of your office right now, but it was the only way I could talk to you. My next regular appointment isn't until next Thursday. Oh, Will, I just can't tell you how humiliated I felt.
Oh, you mean what happened in Joe Riley's office this morning?
Yes. I'm sure you must have been terribly shocked.
I'm very sorry. I hope that prognosis is better than it sounds. Why were you humiliated?
Well, I have been doing everything I can for Joe. I've taken care of arranging for his tests and seen to his medication, everything. But now, all of a sudden, Viki has turned against me, accused me.
Of what?
Having some ulterior motive for what I did.
Did you?
Of course not. Well, Joe is a friend and nothing more. Oh, no, this is just another example of Viki's insane jealousy for me. No matter what I do, she always accuses me of plotting against her. Well, I just can't tell you how crushed I felt and how hurt.
Dorian, I really think they should wait for our next session.
But I thought that you'd be interested and very sympathetic.
Dorian, I can't deal with this here now.
Oh, no, of course not. This certainly must be very boring to you. I'm sure you'd much rather join the flying nun over there. Well, Will, you go right ahead. Join her. I suddenly discovered I'm not very hungry after all. Gave me the list, yes.
The attendant physician, Dr. Webb.
Do you know anything about him?
Oh, yes. Excellent, man.
Jim, is it possible he may have overlooked something?
Well, honey, I tell you, if Joe had come in here to land with the symptoms you described, we would have done pretty much the same workup on him.
And if the results had been inconclusive as they were at Richmond?
I would have sent him to New York for a CAT scan, just as Dr. Webb did. And in anticipation of your next question, if the results of that scan had been in any way ambivalent, I would have waited a reasonable length of time and ordered another set, just as Dr. Lucas did.
Don't you think that Dr. Lucas would at some point have an opinion or a suspicion of something?
You're asking me to hypothesize, which is just not good medical practice, particularly when all the information you have is secondhand.
I know. Can you tell me anything at all about brain tumors?
The question you're asking about is properly called an intracranial tumor. It can originate from the skull, from the membranes, nerves, external to the brain, or in the brain itself.
So the location is important?
Oh, yes, very important. In fact, there are some intracranial tumors which can be successfully treated with X-ray therapy alone.
And the others?
If the tumor is surgically accessible, we have a very high degree of success.
If it's not?
Honey, I would be less than honest if I didn't tell you that some brain tumors are simply inoperable. But I want to add the fact that you cannot say that anyone who's really diagnosed a tumor in Joe's case.
Well, I know, but hasn't everything else been pretty much ruled out?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. It seems as though all the testing has been very, very thorough. I just can't understand why Dorian went to such extremes to keep this secret.
Well, Joe should have come to you on his own. Or at least he could have told me.